The consolidation stuff is probably going to continue to happen, and I'm for it, especially in this instance. And I just wanted to kind of cover this real quick because for the fact that there's bad things that can happen here if they aren't careful. Now, of course, this is just a rumor, so keep that in mind as we go forward. But I wanted to point out that it's very, very funny because where we're looking at right now is the fact that WB was sold off, and now it's looking like they're looking to possibly sell off their entire stable of developers, right? They have studios. Now, the interesting part here is they want to continually license out the games. Now, there is precedent for this. Disney did that, right? Closing down all of their own internal studios, and then you license out the games. That way you make all the profit, and you don't have to pay for your own developers to constantly be developing things, right? There's a couple of things that can happen here. The worst thing that could happen is that they close down these studios, which include like Traveler's Tales, includes like Rocksteady. These are talented developers, and they deserve to be out there making games. I would rather see anybody, Sony, Microsoft, EA. I would rather see those three companies pick up this instead of, per se, nobody and them closing them down. Warner Bros. Discovery is reportedly planning to sell off some of its gaming studios and IPs to major players in the industry. Now, this isn't the first time this rumor has come about. In the summer of 2020, there were rumblings that Warner Bros. Was considering selling off some of its gaming divisions. At that time, it was rumored that Xbox was interested in making a deal with Warner Bros. Of course, nothing came of it, but it's particularly surprising, or not particularly surprising, that Microsoft was willing to reach deep into the pockets to acquire some of WB's properties. It sounds like this could potentially materialize as a reality now. According to Fanbyte's Imran Khan, Warner Bros. Discovery may be shopping their game studios and licensed IP, Batman, Superman, Harry Potter, around the industry. Khan noted that major industry names such as Microsoft, Sony, Electronic Arts, and Take-Two are all interested in acquiring these teams. It's unclear if Warner Bros. Would keep any IP or teams for itself or would sell everything in bulk, but it's also equally unclear if it would be willing to divide up IP and studios to different buyers. Either way, Khan stated he doesn't have enough information to confidently write up an official report, so this should be taken with a grain of salt. This is what he said. Couldn't get enough information to write a post about it, but hearing a decent bit of chatter about WB Discovery shopping their game development studios. Interested parties include EA, Take-Two, Microsoft, Sony, Tencent, NetEase, and PUBG Corp. WBD wants to sell studios and license IP. So it does kind of cover that part of it, which is what I said, which is basically they want to get rid of their studios and license the IP and let somebody else kind of do the heavy lifting and things like that. What we don't want to see, in my opinion, is Tencent, NetEase, or PUBG Corp pick this up. When Warner Bros. Discovery deal merger completed earlier this month, a report came out talking about the potential plans for the future of the company. In that report, it was noted that Warner Bros. Discovery wanted to bolster its gaming division, suggesting it would invest more into games based on properties like DC. No new AAA games have been announced since the merger was complete, so we have no concrete insight into the company at the moment. Now, it is possible that Warner Bros. Discovery saw the interest in other companies taken on its brands in 2020 and felt it could be a worthwhile move, but there's no telling right now. Basically, it's just one of those things that we're just going to have to deal with. But again, this is something that, take it with a grain of salt. But I have a feeling that, people are going to go, well, Microsoft couldn't do that. Look, Microsoft would really, if they would be willing to split up some of this, I think Microsoft could really, really use some of the talent there. In terms of Traveler's Tales, making like family-friendly games or whatever, that would be something. NetherRealm Studios, who do Mortal Kombat and stuff like that, that's something that they could really pick up. But also, Sony isn't out of the picture either, as rumors have been going around about a From Software acquisition, but it seems like it was just pure speculation. However, this one seems to have much more credibility behind it. One of the two gaming giants, Sony, seems to be one of the likely candidates, considering the fact it has repeatedly emphasized is looking forward to more acquisition in the coming days. When it comes to Microsoft, the acquisition deal itself seems to be going through some issues, although it has been reported that there's a high chance the deal is going to be going through due to the fact that Microsoft is offering a lot of money. But again, Microsoft has that deal going through and still would only be the third most biggest company in gaming. Sony being the first most. When you buy a publisher, that could be trouble in and of itself because they're still going through the process of picking up, Bungie. So we're seeing a lot of interesting things here with this situation, and I do think that we're going to continue to see consolidations. I would love to see the actual situation where this company can sell off pieces. Maybe Sony gets some, maybe Microsoft gets some, whoever, or maybe either one of them or EA or Take-Two get all of them. To be honest, if I'm 100% honest, I would prefer EA or Take-Two. I know that sounds cheesy or whatever, but if you have to buy these companies and keep everything multi-plat anyway, I guess the upside to Microsoft doing that would be the stuff would go in Game Pass, which is great. But at the same time, you just would. I think I would personally rather feel that Microsoft would be the better fit than Sony. But it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really matter. It's neither here nor there. I just want to see the games continue to come out, and those are some quality studios. They really, really have quality studios. That's the thing that I would kind of hit home on, is that it does have, a lot of studios. To be honest with you, that there is so much going on in the gaming world right now, and to be honest with you, to see more consolidation, like I said, I would much rather see like Take-Two or EA or somebody that's familiar with that type of third-party atmosphere and things like that. I think they could do a very credible job with those studios, and that would be exactly what we need to see in the future of this, because I think that as things kind of continually go along, Microsoft will continue to buy. People go, oh, well, Activision hasn't even gone through yet. Yeah, it hasn't, but that doesn't mean that they're just stuck doing nothing. And the valuation is only like $4 or $5 billion, and I say only kind of lightly or whatever, but if you think about it, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, all these type of games just honestly are incredible, IP. I think probably the reason why some of this didn't go through previously was because, the IP aren't really included or whatever, and Microsoft had bigger fish to fry anyway. But I could definitely see them picking something up sooner rather than later, just for the simple fact that they're going to continually need more and more content for their platform. But again, Sony is in the mix. You have EA in the mix. You have Take-Two in the mix. Like, this really sounds like up their alley. Not to sound like a jerk, but I would definitely hope that like Tencent for sure would like stay the hell away from stay the hell away from this, to be honest with you. And I don't say that lightly. I really honestly do think that, they need to kind of stay out of this and, let some of the other companies pick them up. I just would hate to see that happen. So with that being said, I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews, your home of gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. Thank you for watching my video. If you do watch the video, please like it, share it out. If you like the video, it helps the video to be seen and it helps the channel to grow. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up, Crap Gamer out.